I see that Danish people, Danish farmers are really united. They are very nice working in groups. So this is a good example that we can bring home, and we can promote community participation, try to make sure that people join together resources, time, knowledge, skills to make change in the society. How farmers overcome challenges they have, because most farmers in Denmark, they learn all the times, they improve themselves, they share experience and they change it. So this is, they really they believe themselves, and they try to overcome the challenges they have with their own resources, experience they have.
As the result of this course, I have learned many issues, but there are three major issues. Maybe it is the topic of using SAFA tool. SAFA tool, I think it is very helpful in our organization management. And another thing is how the farmer organizations are linking with their market. And the third thing is the importance of organic farming. I think these three things are very important in this course, because the importance of organic farming also indicates how we can keep good environment. The real example is the topic of agroforest, the importance of agroforest, because our facilitator used an approach, a participatory approach, which we as participants, we mentioned the importance of having tree, and also how we can use these trees, and the future plan of getting the natural environment. That is the good thing. In Denmark here, we had a story that they cleared all the natural vegetations, and they end up with a disaster. So they organize themselves and make some strategy of making sure that the natural vegetation is available by planting trees and taking care of environment. This is a very good example. This SAFA tool, I said that it is very important to apply in your organization, because what is needed is sustainable organization with a transparent system of management. Once you use SAFA, or you apply SAFA, it means you need sustainability of assessment of food in agriculture.
Yes, SAFA is very useful tool to access sustainability of food and agriculture, and to examine our performance in our organization, in our company, how much we contributed to sustainability of food and agriculture. Because SAFA tool look into 4 dimensions. One is economic, second is governance, third is sustainability, and the fourth is
social. Certification and sustainable agriculture, there is a good connection, because certification can provide a room for farmers to have a proper market, because once their products are satisfied, they can be sold in a global market. But if certification is not taken place, for the farmers would not have proper markets. And also, certification is very, very useful to farmers, because the way of applying organic farming, also it makes the agriculture to be sustainable, because we have to take care of the soil content and other issues. That is short.
Sure. Certification process is very important, and it linked to sustainable agriculture. What I get from the course is, first we understand about what is the process look like. We understand about certifications schemes in Denmark, certification schemes internationally in Europe, certification scheme in United States, so different places, so all participants understand how it's differentiated from one country to one country based on the international standard.
And in addition to that, we noticed that for small scale holders, farmers, it is difficult to have certification, because certification needs money.
Yeah, exactly. We also had discussion about a farmer who also produce organic vegetable, but he does not want the certifications, and a farmer who want a certification to have his produce certified. So the reason is, one, to improve his marketing, because if his produce certified, he can trade his produce internationally, and many people know him. But if he does not have certification, or his produce is not certified, he cannot sell his produce internationally, maybe only in a small village. So certification is important for marketing, to prove your performance that you really meet the international standard.
Yeah, so in order to assist the small scale farmers, in order to get certification, we have learned that linking this group of farmers with other development stakeholders who are focusing on agriculture is very, very important. And also what is needed there is contract to be available, because otherwise it will be difficult for the farmers to produce the agricultural products in a good standard. So certification also is taking place where good quality standard is available. So we have to train our farmers to produce these crops in a good standard. The importance of agroforestry, we saw that once you grow crops with different trees, there are some advantages. For example, among of the advantages, getting humus. Some of the trees can produce leaves which can aid soil fertility, and also it is the way of having nitrogen fixer. Yeah. And also it provides shading, and sometimes it is very important in weed control. I think even other things my colleague here can add Importance of agroforest.
Agroforest is important for organic farming because agroforest is a method to balance between environment of water, lands, and air pollution. So, like intercropping,
Yeah.
is it? Sorry, I did not make it go well. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is it related?
Yes.
For intercropping?
Intercropping and also
Crop rotation.
crop rotation. Yeah. I mean, in our area, because as you said before, the landscape, there are soil erosions. So by using this agroforest and sometimes crop rotation and intercropping also, it can assist to reduce this soil erosion. Yeah, the only thing which was very, very interested is that when we talk about water and we talk about salt, I didn't know before, but through this training, I think now we have learned something that salt always follows water. So once we introduce irrigation canals, we have to be sure that salt also will come up to that canal. And once the salt is covering
the slopes,
the slopes,
the bottom of the canal.
So there will be something else which can happen, which is not useful for our crops.
In this course on sustainable agriculture, one of the resource person brought us a knowledge about farmer business school that is very linked with what we are doing in Cambodia and Tanzania on farmer field school, promoting farmers, gather them together, and we learn together, we work together, we practice it, we observe. So it's a good method. So the training course also talk about that.
It was not a very new concept, but for others, they were
participants.
For other participants, they were asking so many questions. How these things can be applied. Some of guys like Richard from Kenya, the one we saw here, he said that maybe he will find time so that he can know how to conduct a farmer field school. And two ladies from Kenya also, Lee and B, they told me that maybe they can invite me in Kenya and see how they can use this approach of conducting farmer field school, because for them it is difficult to mobilize farmers groups. And for this other approach, I think we Tanzania and Cambodia, we have managed to mobilize farmers groups. So it is a good idea that we are here around 11 countries. So only 2 countries we are using the farmer field school. So we said thank you, we appreciate the other. Otherwise, even for us it was difficult to understand.
Exactly. So to get more knowledge and experience from the resource person, to improve existing experience and knowledge we have that we already did in our hometown, and also to get knowledge from other participants. So I hope that going back to our country to start promoting farmer business school, farmer field school will be successful.
For us it is a very big advantage because the groups are there. So it is the way of changing attitude to them to be closer with these additional skills which we are getting in this course.
In the course, we also have other participants from Asia. We have 2 from Nepal, 1 from Pakistan, 1 from Afghanistan, and 1 from Myanmar.
In this course also we have some participants from the government, but most of them, they confuse that farmer field school, maybe it is like demonstration plots. That's why most of them, they were saying that it is difficult to mobilize farmers so that they can learn and finally they can form an entrepreneur group. So they are getting difficulties in differentiating farmer field school and demo plots. This is happening in most cases.
They work for extensions office of the Ministry of Agriculture. They work for Department of Agriculture. So those people also learn from us, from the course, from our experience while we share to them.
And also the concept of public-private partnership, it seems that it is very low in other areas, and that's why in some countries where they are using public-private partnership, things are moving very fast. And the indicator is ADDA project where it is working, because all topics are very relevant to our work in our area. Others, they think that it is difficult to introduce these topics because it will take time, but for us, we have already.
So from the DANIDA Fellowship course in Sustainable Agriculture, we do not only learning from the resources person and excursion activity we went through to many companies, farmers, but we also learn from other participants. Like we have 11 countries, 20 participants from 11 countries. And those people are from NGO sector, private sector, government. So we are have different experiences, knowledge, and we share among all of us.
Through the areas which we visited as a learning tool, I think I have experienced 3 issues which I will start with. The first issue is about introducing a training center, because when we went to the municipality, we saw a social training center where they are training language and international language and other issues for those youth and the other people who didn't attend school, and also they are involving them in agricultural issues.
That was Grants of the Go.
So this is very useful also in our country. I was comparing myself because we have NADO organization and we have facilitators. So what we are doing is to train farmers about agriculture. But my vision is to have a NADO training center so that people can come and learn, and also they can pay. But here we saw that they are not paying. The government is paying for them. But for us, for sustainability of NADO, maybe we can introduce this so that they can pay a little fee. This is the first thing. And the second thing is about adding soil fertility, because I've seen here many farmers, they have a bigger plot of producing grasses, which they use to make as hay, and they make for compost manure. So I was asking the agricultural officer in Dodoma. He said that there is a certain department, to the Ministry of Agriculture in Tanzania, where I can get such seeds of grasses. So this is the thing which I will work on it, so that organic farming will take place easily than making compost manure using yard farm manure, because not all farmers, they have cows and other things. And the third thing is on empowering farmers themselves, so that they can not depend on government. I have learned here that all farmers, they have their own federations, which have representatives, so that they share all the issues themselves, and then even resources they are sharing. So these are the major three issues which I think for start, I can start with.
So similar to John's, what I have learned from the excursions to many places from the course, one is the methods to improve soil fertility, because in Denmark you have different soil patterns, not always good soil, some places also sandy soils. So I have learned how farmers overcome all challenges to improve soil fertility for organic farming. And most farmers really take care about environment. So improving soil fertility by using organic matter, and they also take care of tree nearby the farm, and they really manage so well in terms of water, fertilizer, and resources they have. And I also learned about they have really good plan, like production plan. They know about the demand in the market, and then they produce a certain amounts that they can supply to the market, which is different from my country, that farmers just produce it, they don't know that how much they can sell, who will buy it. So that's a problem, that sometimes we have less produce for the market, sometimes we have surplus of produce for selling on the market, and the price is very low. But here, the farmers, they have their own production plan, they are very well organized, they have proper techniques and skills to do what they are doing. So this is very important.
The main challenge which I will have is about is on changing attitude to people, because agriculture is the activity which has been introduced earlier to people, but the way of doing farming is different. Especially most of them, they believe that they have to use industrial fertilizer in order to increase crop productivity. But the importance of organic farming is for good health to them, and also to have a proper market, and also to avoid the use of GMOs and so on. Because in our country we have some government representative, I don't know what happened with Monsanto. They are promoting GMOs. So we have a conflict with NADO when we start introducing this organic farming. But how to overcome this challenge is to promote organic farming. Once we promote organic farming, it means that we are destroying GMO, the use of GMO. This will be the first challenge. And the second challenge is about political will, because we will have election this year around October. So once you introduce anything new which is not popular to decision makers, they think that maybe you want to promote someone else for election. So this is very important, to consider. And the third issue is about the phasing out of the ADDA project, because here we have received very, very innovative skills and very, very important for sustainable agriculture. But we have only a few months, then ADDA will phase out. Now, how to implement this? It needs support. So, although the solution is to find even other donor or other development stakeholders, but it will take time. So, the skills will stop in the files and in my head, how to implement it, how to collaborate with my colleagues, it will take time. These three challenges, I think, for the earlier stage of implementing the skills which I have learned here, will take place.
I have some challenges in Cambodia in terms of changing attitudes as well, because now we have destroyed natural resources and people do not consider and practice properly to promote sustainable agriculture. Most farmers like using chemical fertilizer. They don't like producing their own compost or trying to balance between nature, soil, water for their farming. So it's a challenge for me that I am alone, I cannot make change, so it takes me time. Another challenge is how I can expand my knowledge and skills, what I have learned from him, reaching to most of people. So that's heavy, because many Cambodian people needs to be trained about sustainable agriculture.
About NADO action plan after this training, I have documented to my master trainer. The first part is an introduction of NADO organization, explaining how was formed and explaining how we have expanded the working area and come up with objectives. And the first main objective, I have put that I want to have sustainable organization with transparency and with a transparent system of management. This is because we have 65 facilitators and also 15 staff. So for me as a director, to manage and justify the work and the plans which we have agreed, it was difficult. So the immediate objective I have put as to revise and improve job descriptions, even organization manuals, so that delegation of power, once it is taking place, it will assist me to know the roles of the head of departments and also the roles of other staffs and the system of reporting, also monitoring and so on. So the main activities which I have put in my action plan is to make sure that we will have a participatory quarterly and weekly plans, so that we can use the matrix model in order to minimize cost. And another activity which I have put is to develop a participatory monitoring and evaluation plan, which will result to the head of departments or different departments to share knowledges and share responsibilities. As a director, I will identify the staffs which they have a good vision and good leadership style, so that once I'm not there, I can delegate power to them. And another activity which I have planned is to create linkages between these departments. For this activity, I'm sure we'll come up with different proposals from each department, because they have different capacities. So once I create this linkage, it is easy for them to share knowledge and so on. These are some of the activities which I've put in my plan, and I am sure I will provide motivation, because we have been providing motivation to staffs and also participants of Farmer Field School by having internal visits and so on. But I was thinking that I will provide rooms to other participants, facilitators and staffs to attend different functions where they can learn about marketing and other issues. That's all.
I have my action plan to implement at home, especially in my organization. My overall objective is to promote sustainable agriculture in the projects that we are implementing. And the specific objective is to set up a viable organic business for vegetable producer and organic rice producer. So the activities are: one, to provide training on sustainable agriculture to those farmers; second, to provide training specifically on organic rice, organic vegetable, to the organic rice producer, to the organic vegetable producer; and thirdly, the third activity is to link those farmers to the private sector or private company, like certified company that certify organic farming to the farmer, and link them to the buyer, like hotel or company who buy organic rice, organic vegetable. These are the plans that I will do. Expected results that I want to get from the action plan are: one, staff, government partner staff, CP, community professionals, and the farmers have enough knowledge to implement sustainable agriculture. And secondly, organic rice, organic vegetable producers can produce rice and vegetable for the supplier, for the market. And the third result, they all have link to the market, and they have certified by accredited institutions. And the fourth activity is to provide eco training, like continue providing training to the staff, the government staff from the Department of Agriculture, and CP in ADDA project, community professional. They are from the village, like the village agriculture promoter, something like that. So those will join with CIDO staff, with staff from the Department of Agriculture, CP, and I will offer 2 days training on sustainable agriculture to them.
Yeah, for me, I have said that we will use this matrix model. This includes even SAFA too. because in Safatul we have governance, economic, environment, and also social issues. So our organization also have different departments. We have training department, we have environment department, we have social department, and also we have marketing department, which is relevant to economic. So I was thinking that this SAFA tool will be applied when we will be developing these systems of monitoring and evaluation tools. I am sure by using this model, sustainable agriculture will take place in NADO and the other areas where they are still asking us to go and work, but we are lacking support. We are still having a dialogue with them that once you need us, you have to take care of our staffs who will be coming there. So this is still on the table. How much they can contribute to us or to our staff so that they can be there. But all in all, we have managed about marketing to get some of the financial institutions like CIDO Bank. They came to our area because they have seen that we have started with these farmer interest groups. They are investing the money to our NADO circles. So, and the system is going very well. So they are interested in joining us with a certain program known as Fahari Huduma, where it can allow NADO circles to get a certain percent for the money which will be invested and the transaction of money. So we expect to have sustainable inputs in our organization or source of income in our organization after 2 months. So, and also a very, very useful issue. We didn't know, we as NADO and the other two, is when we create this farmer field school and the farmer interest groups. According to the Cooperative Act of 2013, it shows that once there are 20 to 30 people, it can be used as a primary cooperative society. So through the international organization from Finland, when they came and did a baseline survey, they saw NADO as an organization which is working in partnership with ADDA. We have already created these primary cooperative societies without knowing. So at the end of their baseline survey, they called me in Mbeya region, where the Minister of Agriculture was there from Tanzania, and the other researchers from different institutes in Tanzania, even regional commissioners, they were there. They rewarded me a gift of books which shows primary cooperative societies and also which shows federations in Finland. And they promised me that NADO will be used as a focal NGO in Tanzania for assisting farmers group in a cooperative way. So this is also a result of our partnership with ADDA. That's why we need more time for ADDA to take care of us, because now the fruits are coming, and better to be all together with the ADDA
Sure.
And some fruits also we are all together with the ADDA is about the Vantage Organic Growers Group. Also, it is some of the results between partnership with the ADDA and NADO. So I'm still crossing my fingers so that we can still cooperate for a little bit and then make some strategy how these things will be all together. Yeah. For me, I have a very, very special request. Since I have come here and share experience with the other partner and so on, I think my special request is study tour between Cambodia and Tanzania. It will be easy, even the other partner, to see what they are doing, because we are just reading books,
Reports.
Yeah, and the reports, and seeing is believing sometimes, and also we can share some issues.
Yeah. That's it.